was going to talk about one other thing as well, which I won't be able to touch on very much at all, but we actually have a terrible disease in our society at the moment, and it's the disease of consumerism, the disease of materialism. And you'll remember that for about the last 150 years, the economists and the futurists were saying that we're moving beyond materialism. We're moving into a world which is beyond the materialist search by human beings for their daily existence. And when we move beyond this, move into a post-materialism world, we'll be striving for things on a higher plane, for spirituality and sophistication and for art and culture and for greater connection to people. Well, the opposite is happening. In the last 15 years, we've become so consumer-oriented that 2/3 of Australians claim that they are deprived of the things which they need. And yet there is 4 times the expenditure at the same period of time on luxury goods as there is on economic growth in Australia. One guy said that we don't have a health problem in Australia, we have a flat screen TV problem in Australia. Because what people are saying is, we are really concerned about the health of our nation, we're really concerned about the environment, and we're really concerned about education, but I'm not going to pay any more taxes. We actually want tax cuts, but I want a bigger screen TV. My car is only 2 years old, but I need a new one. It's a tough thing that's happening in Australia as far as consumerism is concerned, because the more that we seek stuff for ourselves, things for ourselves, the less concern we have for people who haven't got the same sort of stuff. We're becoming less compassionate for the people around us. A great quote: in rich countries today, consumption consists of people spending money they don't have to buy goods they don't need to impress people they don't like. It's sad but true. The more that we become consumer-oriented, the less fair Australia becomes, because our relationship, there's a direct correlation between the effort that we put into earning stuff, and there is a decrease in the way that we relate to others. There are less relationships. And again, this means that as these relationships dwindle, there's a greater expectation and dependence on government and institutions to provide. Yet, at the same time, if local governments were businesses, I think there are 143 local governments in Western Australia, over 80 of them would be trading insolvently today. Over 80. And yet there is a greater and greater demand on government to provide the services that communities used to provide for themselves. And let me tell you that I can't see the federal government and the state government changing the way that they abrogate their responsibility and expect local government to pick it up. I think that's a trend which is here forever.